Yo, what is up, PK fam? My name's Nostal Parkour. I asked, you guys answered, and it was pretty clear. Most of you wanted a Roof Culture Asia video. Oh god, why are you playing randomly? Now, quick disclaimer, this is in no way going to represent the movie as a whole. I'm basically just going to be showing my favorite parts of the video, whether it's comedy, or how impressed I was with a certain clip, or the message they're trying to get across. But I'm not putting in every single great moment in it because the whole movie is great. You guys just need to check it out. And this video shouldn't replace buying the movie if you plan to. If anything, this video that I'm making should kind of like hype you up more to support Storror, watch the movie, buy the movie, and everything. So let's get to it. Oh yeah, and I have watched this before. I actually saw the premiere. Let's get a quick flashback of that video. I did vlog it. Okay guys, we're about to see the premiere of Roof Culture Asia. Yeah! Do a flip! Yeah!
So everybody, if you guys want...
Yeah, I was freaking watching Roof Culture Asia with the people that were freaking in the movie sitting like right behind me. It was so weird. It was so awesome. It's like one of the best experiences of 2017 easily. But you guys are like, yeah, whatever. Oh my gosh, the hype is coming back. Yes. Yes, the hype is so real. So much hype around this movie. It lived up to the hype to me at least.
This is what we do.
Roof Culture was just a 5-minute YouTube video, really, wasn't it, at the start?
People responded to it.
Oh yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Roof Culture Asia is like a part 2 of their first video, just Roof Culture. Roof Culture, the first one, was just a 5-minute video of them just going crazy, climbing buildings, hang off stuff, some awesome stuff like that. And then it just got so much positive feedback from the parkour community and the community in general. It just went completely viral that they decided to make a part 2, but make it a 2-hour documentary, which is this. So yeah, links to Roof Culture and Roof Culture Asia, like on YouTube and on Vimeo, will be in the description below.
We were just all joking around, just having fun, until we actually land and realise, shit, we got to get this done. We got to actually start making a film.
They decide to go through phases as in going to different locations. So phase 1 was Hong Kong, where they just completely wreck shiz up. But the first problem they run into is security. There's so much friggin' security.
50% of the time is always worth a shot. It could not go off and we could find out what's on this roof, or it could go off and it will split your ears. That's how loud it is.
Right here.
Oh, is that right? Thank you. You're welcome. Definitely. Let's go. We need to get in. There's no alarm, please.
I remember in the theater when I watched the premiere with my instructors, Matt and Seth, and everyone else, including Team Storror, everyone just started cracking up once they started hearing how many alarms they had to go through. So now they're able to finally actually film some stuff and get onto a roof.
There is always that mindset from the general public that what we and the parkour community and Storror do is reckless. But
listen and weep. Like, I cannot relate like any stronger with what he's saying.
when you see the behind the scenes of it, it's so calculated. I mean, he goes through everything. He checks every surface. He preps every bit to the level that he can.
That's why I freaking hate when people see me training, me and just other people training, and then they say, gosh, you're so reckless for doing that. You know you're gonna get a broken bone sometime. And I'm like, that's like confidently saying the answer to a math problem that you haven't even looked at when you haven't even looked at the math problem. You haven't done any research for what we as parkour and free running athletes do, yet you judge us so easily, and it annoys me a lot.
As I was going through the stages, everything felt positive. That's when you commit. That's the point where you go, okay, yeah, there's no reason I shouldn't be doing this. Yep.
And then it just... Yes. Oh my god.
Maybe 25 stories or something.
I ended up doing the jump absolutely fine. I remember doing it like 3 or 4 times on Sasha's camera and asking him to film it on my phone in slow motion.
Go for it.
Within another day or so, it was on Unilad, on the Daily Mail, like it was...
Okay, so, like, to him, it is a relatively easy gap, but just the fact that it's so high up, everyone goes absolutely insane and it goes viral. Parkour minds are like, okay, so if it's within this physical capability, then the jump is the exact same, whether it's 2 feet or 2 million feet. And then the freaking minds of like normal people, they're like, okay, it doesn't matter how far the jump is. It could be as far as you can physically jump, or it could be just a step. If it's extremely high up, then it's crazy. So yeah, that's how this freaking video went viral. Now, I'm like really condensing everything. Like, there's so much else that is going on in this movie. I just really don't want to spoil everything.
Yeah. Callum is a monster at moving. Everything he does is...
So now Callum sees this freaking 16-foot, this freaking 16-foot roof gap.
By the time I decided, like, it's happening now, then there was no way that we were gonna let the security stop us.
What? He's literally running away from the cops, or from the security. Like, okay, this isn't clickbait.
3, 2, 1.
Yes. And then the freaking security is just right behind him.
Security guard's going mad, and we're like, okay, we'll leave. But then Callum's like, gotta do it again, not happy with the landing. So he gets back into position.
Which one? Wait!
Yeah! He decides to front out, that's what he wanted. So I fast forwarded a bunch, but now we're basically at a part where they're just explaining. They didn't explain the obvious, which so many people, for some reason, need it to be explained, or else they won't realize it. Like, these guys didn't start from roofs. Like, they started where we are, where most of us are, on the ground. They just drill it on the ground over and over and over. Then we're back to some awesome training and fun at height.
Everything's exactly the way you want it.
This tack is one of my favorite things on here.
Smoking area, climb up a ladder and get on top of the roof to see what the takeoff is like, and it was perfect.
The only problem with this gap was how slippery the run-up was. What we decided to do was something we actually have never done before.
Just guys, if you're like zoning out, just, I don't know why you would be zoning out. This is like freaking amazing. Just, there's a slippery takeoff. So what they do is not, oh, it's not a good takeoff, let's move on. This is what they do.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Taping.
2, maybe 3. How sticky? Is it sticky?
Okay.
Like, sticky? Okay. Basically, I'm going to do a really big roof jump, and the takeoff's really slippery, so we need tape, so it's really grippy. Is that alright?
He just gave no shit. He's just over here like, okay, I'm gonna explain everything to you because you don't really care and you can't even understand me. And everyone at the theater is cracking up so freaking much. And then they put it on his takeoff, and then he does it. And And then you can see the tape like right on his feet and on his takeoff. Look at that. Oh my god.
And so I started prepping for this dive roll. And it's
There we
like, okay,
go.
I'll just do the dive roll first, do that a few times, get confident with it, and then I can do the 360. I kind of underestimated how hard it was to break that first mental barrier of like diving over this gap up over a wall, like the first time, having not done it before.
3, 2, 1.
He sounds very confident. He just said he can feel himself wanting to spin, so if he wants to spin, he should spin.
And so once I broke...
I love Giles for saying that. I think that I'm gonna use that phrase so much. Giles, 2017. If he wants to spin, he should spin.
Yeah.
Here we are. I really... Yes! Yes! This is by far my favorite part, my favorite, like, music sequence. Probably because it has a little bit of style to it, like free running, but still. It's my opinion. You can't take that away from me.
Thank you.
Okay, I really need to stop watching now because I'm running out of battery, storage, and everything else in my life. But yeah, that was like my bits and pieces, sneak peeks of Roof Culture Asia. So guys, I really hope this video kind of really hyped you up so much that you're willing to support Storror and buy the movie and watch it. It's just so freaking awesome. Like, by far, well, not by far, but one of my favorite parkour documentaries. My favorite parkour documentaries is probably this one and People in Motion, if you guys know that one. Oh, let me know if I should do a People in Motion, like, reaction video or whatever you would call this type of video. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. PK, person out. I love Storror so much.
I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you too. We believe you say it's true. Connect like me. And life will be human too.
Oh my god.
Maybe 25 stories or something.
I ended up doing the jump absolutely fine. I remember doing it like 3 or 4 times on Sasha's camera and asking him to film it on my phone in slow motion.
Go for it. Within another day or so, it was on Unilad, on the Daily Mail, like it was...
Okay, so, like, to him, it is a relatively easy gap, but just the fact that it's so high up, everyone goes absolutely insane and it goes viral. Parkour minds are like, okay, so if it's within this physical capability, then the jump is the exact same, whether it's 2 feet or 2 million feet. And then the freaking minds of like normal people, they're like, okay, it doesn't matter how far the jump is. It could be as far as you can physically jump, or it could be just a step. If it's extremely high up, then it's crazy. So yeah, that's how this freaking video went viral. Now, I'm like really condensing everything. Like, there's so much else that is going on in this movie. I just really don't want to spoil everything.
Yeah. Callum is a monster at moving. Everything he does is...
So now Callum sees this freaking 16-foot, this freaking 16-foot roof gap.
By the time I decided, like, it's happening now, then there was no way that we were gonna let the security stop us.
What? He's literally running away from the cops, or from the security. Like, okay, this isn't clickbait.
3, 2, 1. Yes.
And then the freaking security is just right behind him.
Security guard's going mad, and we're like, okay, we'll leave. But then Callum's like, gotta do it again, not happy with the landing. So he gets back into position.
Which one? Wait!
He decides to front out. That's what he wanted. So I fast forwarded a bunch, but now we're basically at a part where they're just explaining. They didn't explaining the obvious, which so many people for some reason need it to be explained, or else they won't realize it. Like, these guys didn't start from roofs. Like, they started where we are, where most of us are, on the ground. They just drill it on the ground over and over and over. They decide to go through phases. Phases as in going to different locations. So phase 1 was Hong Kong, where they just completely wreck shiz up. But the first problem they run into is security. There's so much friggin' security.
50% of the time is always worth a shot. It could not go off and we could find out what's on this roof, or it could go off and it will split your ears. That's how loud it is.
Right here.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Let's go. We need to get in. There's no alarm, please.
I remember in the theater when I watched the premiere with my instructors, Matt and Seth, and everyone else, including Team Storror, everyone just started cracking up once they started hearing how many alarms they had to go through. So now they're able to finally actually film some stuff and get onto a roof.
There is always that mindset from the general public that what we and the parkour community and Storror do is reckless. But
Listen and weep. Like, I cannot relate like any stronger with what he's saying.
when you see the behind the scenes of it, it's so calculated. I mean, he goes through everything. He checks every surface. He preps every bit to the level that he can.
That's why I freaking hate when people see me training, me and just other people training, and then they say, gosh, you're so reckless for doing that. You know you're gonna get a broken bone sometime. And I'm like, that's like confidently saying the answer to a math problem that you haven't even looked at when you haven't even looked at the math problem. You haven't done any research for what we as parkour and freerunning athletes do, yet you judge us so easily, and it annoys me a lot.
As I was going through the stages, everything felt positive. That's when you commit. That's the point where you go, okay, yeah, there's no reason I shouldn't be doing this.
Yep.
And then I just... Yes. Oh my god.
Maybe 25 stories or something.
I ended up doing the jump absolutely fine. I remember doing it like 3 or 4 times on Sasha's camera and asking him to film it on my phone in slow motion.
Go for it. Within another day or so, it was on Unilad, on the Daily Mail, like it was...
Okay, so, like, to him, it is a relatively easy gap, but just the fact that it's so high up, everyone goes absolutely insane and it goes viral. Parkour minds are like, okay, so if it's within this
position.
Which one? Wait!
he decides to front out. That's what he wanted. So I fast forwarded a bunch, but now we're basically at a part where they're just explaining. They didn't explaining the obvious, which so many people for some reason need it to be explained, or else they won't realize it. Like, these guys didn't start from roofs. Like, they started where we are, where most of us are, on the ground. They just drill it on the ground over and over and over. So chill. Then we're back to some awesome training and fun at height.
exactly the way you want it.
This tack is one of my favorite things on here.
Smoking area, climb up a ladder and get on top of the roof to see what the takeoff is like, and it was perfect.
The only problem with this gap was how slippery the run-up was. What we decided to do was something we actually have never done before.
Just guys, if you're like zoning out, just, I don't know why you would be zoning out. This is like freaking amazing. Just, there's a slippery takeoff. So what they do is not, oh, it's not a good takeoff, let's move on. This is what they do.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Taping.
2, maybe 3. How sticky? Is it sticky?
Okay.
Like sticky? Okay. Basically, I'm gonna do a really big roof jump, and the takeoff's really slippery, so we need tape, so it's really grippy. Is that alright?
He just gave no shit. He's just over here like, okay, I'm gonna explain everything to you because you don't really care and you can't even understand me. And everyone at the theater is cracking up so freaking much. And then they put it on his takeoff. And then he does it. And then you can see the tape like right on his feet and on his takeoff. Look at that. Oh my god.
And so I started prepping for this dive roll. And was
There we
like, okay,
go.
I'll just do the dive roll first, do that a few times, get confident with it, and then I can do the 360. I kind of underestimated how hard it was to break that first mental barrier of like diving over this gap up over a wall, like the first time, having not done it before.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
He sounds very confident. He just said he can feel himself wanting to spin, so